after this to our next session, which is an experiential session unveiling the 5G frontier, interactive, immersive, and integrated commerce. But before I introduce the guest, I'll say that with his antics, he takes you in a distinct world of technology, a magical world which is like an ocean. The more you know about it, the more you get curious to know about it. Yes, because that brings happiness and we feel contented with that. And this is where Neeraj's role comes in giving you all the answers, and at the same time, he makes sure that the curiosity never ends. He set the stage on fire whenever he steps up. Would not take much time in introducing him now. So get ready, ladies and gentlemen, to embark on a journey onto the future of commerce, guided by our very own tech maverick, Mr. Neeraj Ruparel. As the leader of emerging tech at GroupM and WPP in India, Neeraj has curated awe-inspiring, very beautiful, really exciting sessions and experiential industry sessions showcasing his boundless enthusiasm for the potential of 5G technology. Without taking much time, I would like to introduce him on stage. So Neeraj, please welcome. Let me tell you, with him, we'll be joined by brilliant minds of Ghazal Bajaj, Head of Media Management at Nestle India, and Kenneth, Founder and Global CEO at BeLive. Together, they are going to unravel the next level of commerce and its immense possibilities. Welcome, Neeraj. What keeps you busy and so charming whenever we see you?
Thank you so much. Can you guys hear me? That was ChatGPT intro, which I wrote for her.
Not at all.
She kind of nailed it by a lot of enthusiasm and addition from her side. But super duper, thank you so much, Namita, for this. What's keeping me really busy is my experience center. And I know most of you guys here, and a lot of you guys must be following me on LinkedIn. Last week, our global CEO, Mr. Mark Reed, inaugurated our Creative Tech Experience Center in Mumbai, and subsequent week, we also launched it in Delhi. And that's a space which I'm super kicked about and super bullish about. And since then, we've had at least 5 top clients visiting us at the Experience Center. And we saw some mind-blowing, expressions from them saying that, oh my God, this is possible. And all what I'm doing right now, and this is my 4th session as part of the marketing in the 5G era, and we keep talking about India and 5G in a big way. And if you just go back and see other markets like China or US, first there are roads being built, then are highways being built, and there are super highways which are being built, right, over the years. And 5G is exactly like that. Now with 5G coming in the modern day marketing, with technology taking a leapfrog, what are marketers supposed to do? Create secure destinations where the audience gets completely immersed, right? You create your own avatars, you move into spaces. Web3, I was discussing with Scott now, my friend who's visiting us today in India. We had a very interesting chat in terms of how Web3 is the next leap what India will look at with 5G speeds. And there's a lot of talks around 5G, and a lot of marketers actually think that 5G would mean faster video downloads. That's also true. But video is something you're already watching with 10 Mbps worth of speed. So what happens when the speed moves to 200 Mbps? And Jio recently launched the Air Fiber, so did Airtel. So if I put an Air Fiber right here, it's going to 5G-fy the entire space. So your 10 Mbps speeds will go up to, I would say, close to 200 Mbps in no time, and you will be able to do something which is mind-blowing. And that's what marketers should be focusing on doing. So in this series of marketing in the 5G era, I did my first session with MMA that was on drone technology, that how with latency dropping, drones can talk to each other, swarm apps, you can create kind of a visual feel and own up the skies. Here, consumer doesn't need any hardware. All you need is your eyes to watch something really fascinating. You can do super duper impactful launches using that technology. The second in the series, in one of the gaming conferences, I created a mocap powered MetaHuman experience. So my MetaHuman exists for 1.5 years now. In last year, in one of the tech conferences, it was my MetaHuman which was running a keynote, and I was pretty much behind the scenes controlling it through a panel. And this year, in the gaming conference, I said, why can't I co-present with him? So I had my MetaHuman right next to me, and we were running a co-presentation. And I also invited one of my clients, Burger King, to create some kind of an experience out there on gamification, using speeds and mocap-powered MetaHuman with AR loaded on top of it. The last one was super interesting. And all these sessions, we need like really powerful bandwidth and speeds. So the last one was on holograms and holoboxes. So how many of you are aware about this campaign on OnePlus where the CEO launched himself on a desk through a AR app called Blipper? And then he was talking about only my friend with 100,000 followers on LinkedIn. So he would know it for sure. But how many of you know about that experience where you invoke an app, which is an AR app called Blipper, and I think Arnav is also part of the session today. So you invoke that, and you would have the OnePlus CEO popping on your desk and talking about the product variant, right? I did that through a simple QR code scan in my last session where people could just scan the QR code. My hologram pops in there. They can turn it around. They can make it bigger. They can have a chat with me, stuff like that, right? And I also got some of our clients popping into a holobox environment. They were being live beamed from various locations. And we were having a seamless chat. So that's exactly what 5G can do for you. And that's in that series, the fourth session I thought, which is super critical. And a lot of my clients keep talking about commerce in a big way, that Neeraj, you are like a crazy fanatics for technology, and you blend creativity with technology really well. You're spotting trends, you're shaping them for us, and you're doing a brilliant job out there. What do we do on commerce? Because with 5G and with speeds, commerce also has to get redefined. So in this current era, I am seeing record number of emerging tech interventions in commerce as we speak. Look at players like Haptic and the way they have voice-enabled JioMart. You can just quickly go in there, fire up a command saying, "Sabse sasta aata dikhana." It'll list down, and you say, "तीसरे number के आटे को check out कर दो," and it allows you to check out, right? That's voice commerce for you. There are players like Slang Labs who are doing super brilliant job on integrating voice commerce as a plugin as part of these super apps, which brands are owning. Another thing which really fascinates me and something which I'm super duper, I would say crazy about is this space of augmented reality. And when you say India and augmented reality is pretty much firing up in India in all three formats, whether it's social AR, all the lenses which you see on Meta, Snapchat, blah, blah, or if it's in-app AR, or if it's web AR. So scan a pack and you're being transported to some other locations and stuff like that, right? So AR commerce is something which is super big already. You're seeing brands like Flipkart in the COVID phase, they integrated AR commerce stack, and now people could actually scan, place an AC or a furniture in real life spaces and see how it looks. And there goes the purchase intent, and the consideration goes up, and the transactions are getting rolled out. So more and more, now more social commerce or social AR aspects on all these mega apps are going to have an AR commerce layer onto it. So all the while you were using a Meta lens on Spark AR and trying out lipsticks and eyeliners, but now you can actually click transact as well. So today's session, I thought, let's just spend time on one of the aspects of emerging tech on commerce, which is live commerce. The overall social commerce market is going to be about 20 to 25 billion. And then we are saying our live commerce would be about 4.5 billion, right? And if I were to read some trajectory of some other countries, I look at China. 2019, 5G was rolled out in China. And since then, we saw 10x growth in terms of live commerce platform usage. It's massive. To an extent that they are using innovative ways of creating virtual humans, and that's something Himanshu is going to talk about, the creator of Kyra, that how you can place a virtual human into a live commerce environment and get a seamless dialogue going. She never gets tired, right? It's 24 hours, 365 days. She's going to be right there selling your products and stuff like that. So for today's session, I have a very good friend of mine. And like I said, I keep going to a lot of my marketers, a lot of my clients, and I keep bouncing a lot of new solutions to them. And in one of the conversations, in one of the recent events, I was actually demonstrating a live commerce platform from one of our partners called BeLive. And the initial reaction from most of my clients is like, what is it? It's almost like a Zoom call. So let me just ask my friend. She's going to join me from BeLive's live commerce platform, Ghazal. She heads media management at Nestle India. And what was her reaction when I took this particular platform to her? Ghazal, are you there? Or am I alone? Oh, right here.
Almost every other day, Neeraj walks up with some new innovations. And however, when we saw this one for the first time, we were like, oh, it's just another Zoom call interface. But when we went deeper into the platform and discovered how it functions, how it lets you interact with users, and the deep analytics that's possible on that interaction, it's actually one of the pretty coolest discoveries we've had in the recent past.
And now in terms of the access, it's pretty simple, like a click away or a QR code scan away, and the influencer can move into a platform and have a seamless conversations out there. Let me now invite the creator of this platform, the global CEO of BeLive, Kenneth. And Kenneth and me, we've been discussing these platforms for almost like 1 odd years. Kenneth, Sunil, we've been discussing. We also presented it at one of our marquee events at WPP. We got a lot of audience as part of the platform. And today we thought we are going to exactly do this for Brandfest and for you guys, where you guys would scan and enter the platform along with our speakers and have some kind of a poll or a quiz element onto it. But before that, let's hear it from Kenneth in terms of what has he built, what are the functionalities of the platform. Over to you, Kenneth.
Hi, Neeraj. Big pleasure to be here, and thank you for having me. I'm very excited to join away from Singapore. So my name is Kenneth Tan. I'm the co-founder and CEO of BeLive Technology. We deploy video solutions that are very interactive and high converting for our customers like Grab, Rakuten, Trendyol, and Bukalapak. So the largest e-commerce platforms in the world. A lot of brands and direct-to-consumer brands work with us to drive conversions directly onto the website. So yeah, I'm very excited to share more about why live commerce has been so popular and it's kind of starting a mini revolution in Southeast Asia. Right? I think when we look at Southeast Asian consumers, when they experience content in the form of video, what they're looking for very much, most of the time, would be authenticity. So that is something that live commerce can deliver. I think that is unparalleled, right? Authentic content, because what you get is what you see. You see a live streamer or a merchant talking directly to the screen, to you as a viewer, and you feel that, hey, this person really cares about the product. They really, they're not looking to sell the product, they're looking to connect with the audience. And, obviously there are interactive elements, technology, enabled features like add to cart, call to action buttons, or even virtual gifts, which drives a lot of engagement. But first and foremost, at its foundational, I look at it as foundational first principles, right? Authentic content, right? A live streamer, unedited, unfiltered, talking to you directly, and they screw up, they make mistakes, but it's okay. That's part of the charm of live commerce, right? And I think that's a big reason, why live commerce has been so popular in Southeast Asia and has been taken so well over the past 1.5 and 2 years. We see this continuing to grow, and again, technology enablers like BeLive can enhance these experiences by providing stuff like features like interactive live trivia, interactive live polling, where you can answer Who Wants to Be a Millionaire-esque questions 10 in a row and get cash prizes. Right? Live streamers can run the event. But still, the live commerce sellers or the live streamers themselves have to be really authentic, right? Not put on any airs, not be afraid of saying something that is not appropriate for the brand. I think there's also something that has to be trained, a playbook has to be created. But yeah, authentic content. I keep going back to that. That's super important.
So next question would be to Ghazal in terms of how marketers can leverage it, or all the platform functionalities which Kenneth just spoke about. How is this going to be leveraged by a marketer, and what is your favorite functionality out of all what he spoke about?
For me, the most interesting part is the analytics that's available on when you're in a session doing, let's say, another product demonstration. How are people reacting to it? How many people are even continuing the conversation? That's an almost instant dipstick of how is it getting received. Yes, of course, sales is important, and that's why we are calling it live commerce and not just a live session. But it's not one interaction that moves it over to purchase intent.
All right, at least we are getting to get a perspective from a marketer in terms of how this can be leveraged. And our favorite functionality, like she said, is more to do with analytics, not just the ROI, but there's so much you can do with this platform. Now, Kenneth and team have been doing some mind-blowing work when it comes to markets like Indonesia and China. Like I said, 2019, 5G got rolled out in China, and you saw almost like 10x growth in terms of how live commerce has taken a leapfrog out there, right? And that's a similar trajectory we are expecting it for India. In India, we rolled out a B2B use case for one of the CPG clients, and we saw some really promising results out there. And now we are piloting another one, which is going to be a business to or direct to consumer kind of a use case, where they would be integrated onto the platforms and they'll be able to click and move into the spaces like you saw our clients and our partner. Right now, they've just clicked on an interface and they're moved into the interface now. So let's just hear it from Kenneth in terms of how would live commerce shape up for India?
Right. Thanks, Neeraj. So that's a great question. Live commerce in India, right? With the expected 5G launch coming soon in India, we expect this to really amplify and drive live commerce growth. Right? For example, in China, the launch of 5G actually, created a huge wave in adoption, right? The live commerce viewing time almost grew by 10x, right? That's huge. That's huge, and we expect the similar trends to happen in India, right? And this is not only driven by the adoption of 5G. I think consumer habits as well, right? The ability for consumers to truly experience seamless, legless, real-time interaction with a merchant that doesn't appear to be selling you something, right? That's something that live commerce does really well. And even if they're hard selling you something and they're obviously promoting the product, they're very direct about it. There's no hidden agenda like, oh, I'm not trying to sell you this product. I'm just going to extol to you the benefits of this product. If you don't really agree with me, that's fine. You're here for my personality anyway. You're here to engage with me anyway, right? So yeah, I think in India as well, I think consumers are becoming more and more discerning, right? They understand, they know when advertisers are trying to sell you promises, right? And really heavily edited, long form videos like commercials. I mean, there'll always be a place for commercials, but I think what Indian consumers are also looking forward to will be the emergence of a medium where you can truly see a product maybe being developed, being viewed from all angles, right? And even the live stream or the demonstrator responding to a viewer's request to enable or manipulate a feature in the product, right? Let's say a vacuum cleaner, for example, they want to see how it works in action, how powerful it is, how much dust can it retain. I think that's something that live commerce does really well, demonstratability before and after, right? Works really well in the beauty industry and the verticals as well. You can very easily demonstrate a before state and after state. So yeah, live commerce is going to really full steam ahead. I think that's my view on the live commerce scene in India.
But we are getting the gist in terms of what is he trying to say, right? It's so promising for the Indian audience with kind of scale which he can drive, and the consumer interface is just a click away. Just click and you move into an interface like this, and there's so much you can do as part of that interface, not just commerce, but a lot of analytics in terms of reading onto the comments and runtime. You can also place a virtual influencer out there and keep running the show endlessly, right? Let me now, whenever you talk about live commerce, most of the marketers would say, let's look at it from ROI lens. So let me just ask Ghazal that how is it that you are perceiving this particular platform to be? Is it going to be like pure play ROI, or is it going to be beyond that?
See, no singular interaction can really drive sales, and hence you've got to look at it in a full funnel, holistic manner. But I do feel what puts it apart from a lot of other live session opportunities is the fact that you can simulcast it across all your channels, right from your website to your social platforms. And at the same time, while there is a buy now button available, even if there is no immediate sale, you're able to gauge how much interest was garnered with the deep analytics that are available inside the platform.
The point she was trying to make was that it's beyond ROI, and like she said, her favorite functionality in the interface is the ability to analyze data and then serve campaigns out there and drive transactions out there. There's another very interesting use case, Ghazal, if you could hear me, is about communities. How can you engage communities on this platform?
Now that you call out, actually communities is a very interesting extension to the platform, I believe. What are communities today? It's pretty much a group of passive onlookers. There's no real engagement. But yeah, what if you're able to get a bunch of loyal consumers connect to you every weekend or every month, depending upon the product category? It's a very interesting avenue to have a real engagement versus just people following a page that you have somewhere on social. And it kind of helps peer-to-peer interaction as well without investing in an app. So I do feel it could be an interesting extension to the platform.
Thank you so much. So for all your marketers in the room, this is pretty much you should be looking at not just ROI, but beta test, pilots. You should try out these platforms and see how does it work for you, right? So last question, that'll be for Kenneth in terms of what is the product roadmap? Like I'm like super kicked about this entire space of live commerce with an XR element onto it. where either virtual influencers can pop in, or using XR, you can change the layout in the background, right? You can turn the products upside down in 3D using augmented reality, the entire XR stack, and give the power to the consumer to kind of, move up the ladder from consideration to purchase intent and start transacting. And that's exactly what is happening on Flipkart right now or any other e-com applications. They are able to place those in live spaces and they're able to make a wise call. Imagine now you click on a banner or scan a QR code, you move into the platform, live commerce platform, which gives you an ability to transact, but it also gives you 5G speeds and XR, which then allows you to make a choice, a wise choice on that product. So my question here, and the last one to Kenneth, on the future roadmap for the product which he's creating at BeLive, and how would innovation get driven in products, what he's trying to build. Kenneth, over to you if you can hear me.
Right, innovations, yeah, my favorite part. So there are two particular innovations that I'm looking forward to, right? One is pretty in your face, right? It's very, very visual. You can immediately tell the impact just by looking at a live stream that has one of these innovations installed, and those are virtual humans, right? So there's been a lot of experimentation in this space, and in fact, it has been reproduced at scale in China, and we have brought similar technologies to our broadcast partners in Southeast Asia as well. So how do virtual humans work? It's very simple, right? You have a thesis that says that can we recreate a influencer that is as endearing as a real human, as influential as a real KOL, but yet never falls ill, never has moods, and is readily available to be a brand ambassador for multiple brands at the same time, with no downtime, right? So that is the thesis, and it has worked really well in China. We see news broadcasters being replaced or being experimented with virtual humans. We see live commerce streams where a 24-hour live stream can go on with a single live streamer that you can't tell whether it's a real human or a virtual human, right? So that is a very exciting space, and we have partnered with one of the world's leading virtual human platforms, Neo Sapiens Typecast. They're based in South Korea, and we're bringing this technology to broadcasters all over the world, and we're looking to see if we can implement them into e-commerce players as well, right? The ones that run their own live streams. Yeah, so that's one. The second is perhaps a bit more invisible, right? You can't really see what's happening, but it is equally as important, right? And that is sentiment analysis. So how does this work? It's pretty simple, right? When you enter a live commerce stream, you see hundreds and thousands and sometimes millions of comments if the live streamer is popular enough, right? And the live stream goes on for an extended period of time. What a sentiment analysis engine for a live stream does, and that's what BeLive is developing. We've seen other players do this as well. We analyze every single live stream comment in real time, and we tag sentiments to it, right? So for example, in a live commerce stream where a merchant is selling a jacket, right? I can comment, hey, do you have this jacket in black and size L? So now, based on your comment, the sentiment analysis engine knows three things about you. First, you like jackets. You probably like the color black and your size L. So using that information, we can then piece together a persona of you and put it in the persona bucket, right? And now we know that, hey, maybe Kenneth is a house husband or executive or a student with a spending power of X tagged to transactional data, right, that you have performed in the past on this platform. And we can create a persona, and we can create spending habit predictions. We can recommend new products to you, right? So that's incredibly powerful, and it's driven all by a single comment tagged to activities. So comments tell you a lot more than activities can do, right? And using the personas that we create, we can then plug into any enterprise's CDP, central data platforms, right, and tell them exactly in your CDP how many executives are there that are likely to spend X over a period of 12 months. How many students are there that like to spend Y, right? So this is incredibly powerful. It creates the ability for any company, any brand to analyze their audience cohorts in a very deep manner, tagged to the live stream commerce activities, right? So that's a space that we are developing, and we are very much looking forward to as well.
Just to give a better context, why don't we play an AV of how XR in live commerce would look like? I think that'll give us a better connect. Right?
afternoon, everyone. Today's item is the comfy high-back armchair. It comes in two colors. You can choose the blue color or the orange color. Let's take a look at the back. We offer the exclusive deal. The price of the single armchair is $230. If you scan this QR code, you can directly go to the purchase link. Thank you.
That's exactly what Kenneth was trying to explain us in terms of how powerful this can be. Now to the last segment of our conversation is to get you guys to experience the platform. So we're going to flash a QR code here, and Joyce is going to take you through how to maneuver the platform, but all what I need is to pull off your mobile phone, scan the QR codes, let's move in the platform, let's run a quick poll and a quiz, and let's see how you like it, and the lucky winner gets something from our friend Vishwak here.
All right. So if you guys have successfully scanned the QR code, what you would see is an exact screen what you see over here in front of Neeraj. The portal is pretty simple to use. In the center, you have the live feed which displays a poll. The poll question is, what aspect of live commerce do you find most appealing? And you have a couple of answers that you can vote for your most appealing part of live commerce. On the left-hand panel, what you see is all the comments that you guys are typing in. You also have an option to change your username in the comment section. You see an option to reset your name and use in your actual names. And on the right-hand side of the portal are the products that are there, which any platform could link. It could be a product or service that would directly lead you to a purchase or a sale or a registration for a service. If you guys are in the poll section, you'd notice that you have an option to select one of the options and click on submit. And we have the live control here to end the poll and show you guys the most voted for option. So in case every one of you have submitted your options, Neeraj, can I end the poll and show the results?
Yeah, should we? Everyone's in? Everyone's submitted? A big yes. Woo! Only these are my guys, yeah? Rest are still contemplating. Is it a yes or no? She didn't get it. Please do scan. We need 100 scans, please. We have got 250 people in the room. Anil is so happy, see? All right, let's go for it. No, we'll wait for the lady. Who are you scanning? You're going to scan the QR. What are you doing?
So we'll run this experience once again with a fresh poll.
But that got timed out, is it?
Yes, we
All right,
have the results.
let's keep it time bound this time.
Yes.
Let's just go for it one more time. My apologies. I got like really emotional, carried away in all my enthusiasm.
So if you guys are all in, we're going to be launching the second poll now.
Okay, let's go back. Go back to the... Oh, that's the live thing which is going on, right?
And we now have the second poll. The question is, which platform do you most frequently use for live commerce? And you have our options, which is Instagram Live, Facebook Live, TikTok, which is not in India, and others if applicable.
Let's just do it quick now, 30 seconds. Everyone's in? All right, super. Close it.
All right, I'm ending the poll. And on your screens, on your mobile screens and over here, we have the most favorite option, which is Instagram Live.
Which is what we've got like real youth in the room, right? All right, super. Let's go for the next one. You want to keep playing? Let's do a couple of more. Yes, let's go for the next one.
All right.
You're learning as well, right? As you take this poll.
And we have a short and simple one. Have you ever made a purchase through a live commerce session before? It's a simple yes or no. All right, it's up on the screen again.
It's
Can you
here
guys
now.
see it?
The lady is not giving up. I love that.
Can we end the poll? All right.
What's that? What is it? I would assume most of the people would say no.
And you're right,
And
Neeraj.
that is what it is. Okay, super. Let's take a quiz and let's wrap up the show. This is so cool. See how much people are loving your platform, Vishwak. Look at the love. It's too much love here. 81 people on the platform. You can see on the top, 57 of them love it, which is so amazing. This is so easy. Just go for it.
6 seconds, guys.
4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds. And we have a winner now, for sure. Do we?
We have a lot of them.
Lot of them, yes. I would say list everyone.
So we have a lot of winners, actually, or rather a lot of people with the right answers, but you didn't really change your names. So I have you with pseudo names of Shopper XXX, or Shopper YYY.
What is it?
But one name that we have is Jay. Anyone in the audience by the name Jay?
Jay? Okay, we have a winner now. Jay, please come over. And Jay, please introduce yourself. Vishwak, please come on stage. You've got to just introduce yourself. Can you help him with the mic, please? Yes, please.
So hello, good afternoon everyone. So I am Jay Kotari and I am working with Internet and Mobile Association of India, and I have been attending certain events and I'm actually very happy that I won something for the first time. Thank you so much.
We have a winner with IMAI. That's super duper. Thank you so much, guys. We can take one question, and I bet that question is going to be from Anil. Not asking? Okay. Okay. Usually, like, he does that, so. All right, that's a wrap. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Neeraj, for keeping us all hooked. So please don't go back from stage. Please be there on the stage, because you are the one who will get felicitated from Mr. Anil and Manwari. Now I would like to invite him on stage. Can we please give a huge round of applause